All right, welcome back to Off the Rails, episode number 26. We have Mr. Oscar on the camera today. Cameron once again hosting, and I will let him take over from here.
Yes, sir. So we do have Mr. Oscar Ortiz here today with us. We were just chatting a lot about stuff. Mayhem's coming up. Did Masters last year. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit. But let's start with kind of your background in fitness. Like I know you used to play soccer at a pretty high level. So, I guess what was your soccer career like? What was fitness like during that time? And then how did you get into CrossFit?
Cool. Yes. So I play soccer my whole life, coming from South America. That's the only thing you do basically is play soccer. And when
Football.
yeah, football exactly, the real football.
You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to say that.
So right when I graduated high school, I got recruited for a D1 college, university. Went to UCF for 2 years and transferred and ended up graduating from UNF, which is also a D1.
Nice.
So I played, my whole 5 years of college soccer, and it was an interesting time and experience for me. Two different programs too.
Yeah.
One was more based on fitness when it comes more like being in shape or running shape. One was more based on strength.
Okay.
And interesting that you asked, because the one that was based on strength was the one that was more successful,
Yeah.
which at the time it was UCF.
Okay.
UCF had a lot of money when it comes to the facility, the weight program, taking care of your body, being strong. Then we won the conference, and one of the years I played there, so
Nice.
it
Yeah.
was good. And then that's how I started. It was super.
So what did that like fitness program look like? Like was that like you know, Mondays you're gonna like do legs, like back squat and stuff. Tuesdays you're gonna do, or was it like agility based? Or like what would a week of working out?
It was mix. It was. I remember one day was plyometrics, big time, just jumping around different drills. There was another day of just heavy lifting. That's when I was introduced to mainly powerlifting, like deadlifts,
Back squat,
back squat,
bench press.
bench press, and power cleans.
Okay.
We did a lot of power cleaning.
Nice.
The coach that we had at the time was the same coach for the football team, so he kind of
training y'all like the football team, but
kind of
yeah, less contact.
yep, pretty much. And then there was another day of just running mainly, but it was between heavy lifting and plyometrics, and it paid off. Less injuries for sure at that program, and just a lot of strong people,
Yeah.
literally, and you could feel it on the field.
So say I feel like a lot of people don't realize how physical soccer is.
Oh, 100%.
Like you can watch it and you can be like understand the concept of it, but when you actually play it, especially at a higher level, like there's a lot of contact, like pushing, like kind of being shoulder to shoulder with somebody, especially on like penalty kick or corner kicks and things like that. But even running up and down the field, right? Like you're on somebody almost, like you're marked to a man, and you're like it's a physical sport.
Oh yeah, for sure. Very physical. The only way to get away not being strong is if you are out of the world kind of player type.
Yeah.
And you gotta, if you're skinny and fast and you're good with your feet, that's the only way to get away from it. If you're just an average player, or just, you gotta be strong to kind of differentiate. Otherwise, you just won't make it to the D1 level, or semi-pro level. Let's just call it. I graduated and played semi-pro as well,
Nice.
for a team in Orlando, and that was fun, as well. Traveled with that team and all that, but um, that was just, we really didn't have a weightlifting program there. It was more like you already know what you're doing. We'll practice twice a week, but it was more like just playing the games.
Yeah. Just show up and play and
Yeah,
take care of yourself the best you know how, and hopefully it's good enough to play.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's interesting. How long did you do that for?
2 seasons, 2 years, really. 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It was fun. Um, Met a lot of good people, international people at the time was playing that league. Um, yeah, coaches from all over the world as well were on the staff, which is super nice.
Sweet. So at what point did you pick up CrossFit then? Was that during that time when you needed to be fit, or was it like after soccer ended? And
It was after maybe 2 years into me retiring from soccer. I was playing just the men's league, already kind of just playing for fun.
you
And
say that, but some men's leagues can be pretty
uh,
almost more competitive than competitive leagues.
oh yeah,
The pride's still there, right?
100%, 100%. And a lot of the leagues like that, they got different tiers as well. The city leagues. At the time, I was playing the Jacksonville League and had 3 different tiers, and the top tier was just guys like me, ex pros, ex college,
Yeah.
guys from other countries, and it was amazing the type of quality that you see on that Sunday league.
Yeah.
And if you play the Spanish leagues, I mean, there's guys betting $5,000-$6,000 per game
Yeah.
and paying their players, which I
Mhm.
play in some of those leagues as well. That will get $200-$300 a game.
There you go.
And,
Hey.
I mean, it was fun, but those leagues are less regulated, so you could get injured or somebody could injure you. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
See where your gambling comes from.
Talking about gambling, I just came yesterday from Vegas.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
I was there for work and had some time to play
Yeah.
poker as well, and it was super fun.
Did you do well?
I did well.
Yeah, attaboy. There you
Yeah.
go. That's always good. It's always good. We'll let what happened in Vegas stay in Vegas. Did you work out?
In Vegas?
Yeah. No.
I went one time.
Did you? Nice.
Ran 2.5 miles on Monday there.
Yeah.
Bike for like 30 minutes, and I mean they had some dumbbells.
Yeah. What was the weather? Like 100?
Not like here. No, it was like 85.
We went last year for a conference, and it was like 113 every day while we were there.
Yeah,
And it was like you got close to like the door for the hotel to like leave, and it was like you could feel the heat coming through. And I was like, I do not want to go out there. Like we only left to go to dinner, and then we would like come back.
You can't go outside. Honestly, the taxi driver or Uber drivers, I will pick up conversations, and
Yeah.
they were telling me it's like, no, when it's that hot, you can't go outside.
Like the air conditioning doesn't even like feel like it's doing anything in a car.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Good side conversation. I'm glad you made it back safely. You're back here. So we picked up CrossFit like 2 years after. So you're playing in those kind of side leagues, and then what drew you to CrossFit? So like
my ex-wife.
Okay.
She started doing it for the longest, honestly, 3-4 months, and then one time it was like bring your partner week.
Bring a friend week. Yeah.
And at the time, honestly, I was probably 2011, 2010.
Like
yeah.
really early on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, CrossFit nobody knew about CrossFit. I think there was only 2 CrossFit gyms in the city. And that was
This is Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And I think I went with her one time and kind of liked it, but it was different. This whole jumping rope and double unders. Next thing you know, you're up on the rig. But I liked it. I just went for that week, and I think I didn't come back until after that. Like maybe 6 months after. That's when I said, you know what? I think I started gaining some weight as well and all that. I was like, I think I want to experience
like
CrossFit. I want to say I signed up for a regular gym at the time, and I mean, you don't know how that goes.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody than me that not very structured.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is that one of the things that maybe drew you to it eventually was the previous structure of like having a fitness routine, and then now all of a sudden it's like, what do I do?
Exactly. I think I was benching every day.
Classic. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where some of the guys are here, man, you can bench a lot. I was like, trust me, I used to bench every day.
Yeah. It's the only thing I knew how to do. That's funny.
Yeah. So at one point I was like, you know what? It looks like this is a structured gym. They tell you what to do, and it's 1 hour too, because I will literally bench, and then while I was doing dumbbells, they had TVs and stuff. and they have the news or a movie. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there for 45 minutes watching TV.
That doesn't surprise me with you at all.
So I'm like, man, I'm 2 hours here. I haven't even worked out yet. So I need something else. So yeah. But I tell you what did it for me. I went back. I think I gave it a month. And I think I spoke to you about this before. The community there was super good.
Yeah.
It was very similar, family oriented in a neighborhood as well, that just families go there. And I started making friends once I signed up that month.
Yeah.
Within 2 days, I got added to like a group chat, and it was people, and there was a couple guys that were kind of like the douchebags of the gym or the trash talkers of the gym.
Yeah.
That some other people that just didn't like him because they were too competitive. But
Gotcha.
that was
Right up your alley.
I was like, oh, you talking shit? How many push-ups I gotta do again?
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, oh crap, I think I like this.
Yeah.
And started doing it as well for just on that sense for about a year. And then where it really took off is when I started trying competitions.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's when I think you take it to a whole different level, because then again, you're doing it with your friends that are talking crap to you. There's competition coming, and you just want to do good, and then you just take yourself to a whole different level.
Yeah. Were you still playing like the side league soccer stuff too?
Yeah.
Or okay, because I know some people, like personally, like I liked CrossFit because I wasn't doing anything competitive anymore, and then I found out about competitions, and then I was like, okay, this is keeping me in shape, and now I can compete in it, so I get to scratch that itch as well. And do you feel like that kind of was part of that too?
Yeah.
Like you're a competitive person, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now I can do this for a long time because there's this competitive side of it.
100%. I think for me, again, not everybody is built the same way, but the competition is what drives me. Not only competing in like signing up for an actual competition, but
Like
your
daily,
the internal competition.
the half-pound plates come out.
Yeah.
The
me
1
see.
pound plates.
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
see how much Robbie did today. Oh, he
Yeah.
only benched 80 pounds, so I'm gonna bench 250 today.
Sorry, Robbie. This wasn't on me. Yeah.
You're looking at
But
bench.
no, there's definitely those days. You come in and you're like, oh, you know, so and so back squatted 300. I'm gonna do 301 or whatever, you know. And it's like Oscar's just that guy that does the half pound more. It makes sense though, and it does help, right? It does help get you to do what you could do that day versus maybe how you're feeling like, I don't really want to do it or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, think about it. Like I signed up for this coming weekend, and for the past 3 weeks, it's the only thing is on my mind. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to do bad. I want to make my partner proud. I don't want to be a baggage to him.
Yeah.
I need to get myself there. So it's a intensity. You put a little bit more intensity into the workouts because you're
Right.
more conscious to it.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good way to put it. Like the intensity is there, and when you're leading up to it, you have to also push a little harder on your daily workouts because you know that's coming, and it's like you can't just do it that one time. So
Exactly.
got to lead into it. Sweet.
Yeah.
When you started CrossFit, which obviously I wasn't at that gym, was the like the coaching a lot different than what you had previously had, or do you feel like it was pretty similar in the sense of like the professional like level of coaching you were getting maybe in college and like you know, like technique wise, or was it higher, was it lower, like
it, it depends. In college, they were weighing me. Of course, when I started college, I was super skinny.
yeah,
So I was on a gaining weight type of program,
right,
and they will even provide creatine and whey protein for me that they had for athletes there. Like they will literally, hey, you need three scoops of this and 2 scoops of that,
yeah,
and then you're like working out and you know you're trying to get big, or in my case, you know there
Yeah.
were other players that were in a
trying to like lose weight or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah,
So they'll measure me, they'll also do my body fat and just the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And every month or two you get reassessed and all that, making sure you're making progress, and they tracking your maxes for you and all that. So it was more structure in that sense,
Yeah.
but not necessarily focus on the techniques.
I was gonna say, how was the technique coaching?
It was decent, let's just put it that way. Not, they weren't experts on like power cleaning and stuff like that. Like, no, just pick that bar and put it on your chest.
Yeah. Do it the best way you
Yeah,
can.
exactly. Every now and then they'll come in and say, hey, you might want to do this, you want to do that. But in CrossFit, that's when they really, you guys, take the time to work on technique and,
Teach you how to do it. And
yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's from experience. I think I see that.
so do you feel like you had strength from the college training, but then when you started CrossFit, they gave you more technique, and then maybe those two worlds kind of came together,
100%.
and it was like, oh, I can actually do more because I am strong, and now I'm learning these things.
100%.
Yeah,
Yep, for sure.
that's cool. Cool. And that was what, 2000 and how long were you in Florida until you moved up here?
Yeah, till 2016, 17, I moved to Charleston.
Okay.
And I did CrossFit for those 4 or 5 years.
Do you remember
Uh,
which gym you were at in Charleston?
I did Charleston from 2017 to like 2021, 4 years in Charleston. I didn't do CrossFit in Charleston.
Oh, okay. So you stopped and you just
I stopped. I play soccer mainly. I did join a couple of leagues there, and I was playing like 2-3 times a week. But I didn't do any strength training. Maybe weights.
Yeah.
Like I sign up for a gym, and every now and then I'll go to the gym. It comes in waves when you sign up for those gyms.
Yeah.
And-
I should do something.
Yeah, and then
I'm tired of doing something.
and then a month later, it's like, you keep paying that membership. That's how they make money. It's like $10-15 a month, but nobody goes.
Yeah. I mean, that's in gym models for sure. Like, yeah, it's like, oh, they have 2,000 people that pay a membership here, but you only ever see like 30 people in there, right? And it's like, well, that's because a lot of these people don't show up, and they don't want to pay, or they don't want to like go through the hassle of canceling their membership, because in the back of their head they're like, well, I might go back, and it's like, no, you won't. But you'd rather just pay $15 than confront somebody about canceling a membership.
Exactly.
Which, that's part of their business model. So, so you moved up here, and like when you moved, is that when you decided you wanted to get back into CrossFit, or like, I guess what happened to want you to do CrossFit again, and then how did you end up at CrossFit Taylor's?
So when I moved here, I was 36, I want to say 35, 36. And I had, my whole life I've been playing soccer since I can remember. So I had made the decision to quit, to retire.
Yeah.
And, me, I get injured every now and then, and they're usually like a pull muscle or something, and they're not fun. So I had made the decision to not play soccer again. So I said, but I gotta be able to exercise because I love exercising. So that's when I was like, the only other thing I know other than soccer is CrossFit, even though I took a 4-year break in Charleston.
Yeah.
But I said, hey, I'll pick that up again. And then that's when I started looking for CrossFit gyms, and CrossFit Taylor's happened to be the very first one I tried because I was, I lived in the area. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like the closest.
Okay. What made you stay? Like, were you going to look at other gyms, or you were just like, that's the one that's closest, that's where I'm going to go, and that's that? Which some
No.
people do. Like, some people, it's just like, that's the one that's closest to me, I'm going there.
No, that's a great question. So it was the community, but I'll explain why. Because when I did CrossFit in Florida, towards the end of my CrossFit career there, I had a divorce, and I was trying to new gyms and things of that nature. And I went to maybe 3 or 4 different gyms. At the time, there were already a few more gyms. There was one downtown Jacksonville, different places.
Yeah.
And I thought all the CrossFit gyms were the same, but they're not. I remember the one in downtown Jacksonville, which I don't remember the name anymore. It was mainly young people, like college.
Yeah.
And yes, they will do the class, but it wasn't very friendly. People weren't really talking to each other. The coaches weren't super engaged either. So I didn't like that because again, I thought I was gonna find that same community.
Yeah.
There was another CrossFit I did. I think it was through like a through like a church or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, they would pray before working out,
Yeah.
after working out. I mean, it was. I'm religious. I'm Christian, so I was fine with that part, but the competition portion wasn't.
Yeah, it was more like hang out, chill, work out a little bit, maybe. Like,
Yeah, like I wanted to talk crap to somebody, like, man, you suck. I'm gonna do you.
yeah.
And then they look at me like, please, this guy got the devil in him.
We gotta pray again. We gotta pray again. Yeah, I can see that being a little off. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
And then I think I tried one other one. It was like 3 different ones that I tried, and I just couldn't find what I was looking for. And then I ended up leaving the city right after that. So, um,
Is that why you probably stopped CrossFit then? Maybe like,
yeah. Luckily in Charleston, I got involved very quickly into soccer. I think somebody from work, like within a week of me being hired at work, I want to say somebody kind of encountered me from
yeah.
somebody that worked for me and say, "Hey, man, you look like you play soccer." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I know a little bit." It's like, man, Sunday we need players. And then I don't think I'd been there for 2 weeks, and I was already on that Sunday league.
Nice.
And then that Sunday league became Monday co-ed, Tuesday 7v7,
Oh boy.
Wednesday 11 aside, Thursday indoor.
Dang.
And
So
then
you're playing like every day.
next thing you know, I was
Yeah.
playing. So I say, okay, well, I'm not exercising enough. I don't,
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for CrossFit at the time.
Gotcha. Yeah. You didn't need it.
Yeah.
If you're playing that often, you don't. You need rest. Yeah.
Same here. I wasn't looking for soccer because I was doing CrossFit, and it was honestly fulfilling my desire of competition, exercising, all that. And a guy that knew me from another guy was like, "Hey, I heard you play soccer." And I was like, "I did. I'm retired."
Yeah.
"How old are you?" I was 35, 36 at the time. And like, "Oh, no, I'm looking for a league that's over 36 years old. Like it's
Yeah.
over 35. And I was like, "Oh shit,
Could do that.
I could do over 35." I mean, I won't be running against, young guys. And
Yeah.
so I did that, and we played that league for about a year, and then that league dissolved. And the team was like, "Well, we want to keep playing. Let's play the Open." And I was like, "Guys, I don't know if I was already retired. I don't want to go back to that." But we gave it a try in the Open, and that was a reality check for a lot of us on that team. It's like, we're not 20 anymore.
Right. Yeah.
But we ended up bringing new players, and I mean, to this day, I play once a week, and that's all I can do right now.
With that same team.
With that same team, we play
Nice.
Thursday nights, and sometimes I get the age like, "Hey, should I play that Sunday league?" Or there's another like Tuesday league, but I'm standing firm on my grounds. Like, hey, once a week, Thursdays is fine, and CrossFit is doing everything else for me.
Yeah. Nice. So back to, sorry, we sidetracked again. Back to coming here, and like you walked in the door. So like, what? I guess obviously you said you saw the community. Just on that first time in the door, like you were sold on it.
Yeah. So there was a couple things. I think it was like a 5:30 class. I came
PM, not AM.
Yeah, PM. That's right. Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it. I love you 5 AMers and whatever. Love you guys. I remember my interaction with you was super positive. You weren't trying to sell the gym. You were just saying, "Hey," I mean, I think I walked out in the middle of class, I think, actually. So you were trying to coach and trying to like help me, but you were super nice about it. You gave me the different options. And I think at the end you're like, "Hey, I can give you a punch card if you want to, just to give it a try." Because I think that's what I'd say. Hey, I want to try different gyms. It's the first one. Could you give me something like that? And you're like, "Hey, we got an option for that." And I think during the time you finish up coaching and went to get the punch card, I was looking at the class and I saw, and that probably was a 5-8 minute kind of time frame. I saw team members helping each other. Um, I saw the community itself just supporting each other right there.
Yeah.
Um, I think there was a group of a few guys also just kind of talking shit to each other and all.
Yeah.
And it just kind of brought me back to Florida.
Yeah.
Literally, I had a deja vu flashback. Like, oh wow, and I felt it, like the energy,
Yeah.
and I kind of go by how the energy is, and I was like, no, I don't think I need to see anything else. And I think when you came back with the punch card, I was like, scratch that, go ahead
Just
and
sign me up.
sign me up,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
And here I am,
Sweet.
four,
Yeah.
4 years later,
Yeah. 4. Yeah. 4.
2021. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 years now. Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, I love to hear that because it's like that's what we want, right? We were kind of talking just before we got on here about like the difference in sales and just like being what we are. And it's like I don't need to sell you. Like hopefully every person that walks in that door, like if there's a class going on or not, is like, oh, this looks fun. Like there's people hanging out, there's people talking, there's stuff going on, right? Like people aren't just like sitting there in silence and then like, oh, now it's time to work out, and then like you know what I mean? Like it's like I feel like pre, during, and after class, like there's constantly just like people almost hanging out. Like it almost feels like a hangout plus a workout instead of the other way.
And that's what I was looking for when I moved here. I mean, I didn't know anyone really,
Yeah.
and I came to take a position where you're a boss, you're a high up, so you don't get to interact with people you work with as much, right? So I knew that I had to find community friends outside of work. And since I had that experience with CrossFit back in Florida, I was like, I think CrossFit will open the door for that.
Yeah.
But I have to find the right CrossFit that will provide that for me.
Right.
But honestly, within those 10 minutes, I was standing there just looking. I was like, oh, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned that you only had been open for like a year or two at the time.
Yeah, we opened in 2019, technically. Yeah.
So I think
and we had just come out of COVID and all that. Yeah.
I think you mentioned at the time something like that. And in my mind, I was like, okay, this is a gym that's growing.
Right.
Maybe I could be part of that growth.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
Again, here I am. It just kind of worked out for me.
Yeah. Now you're a coin boy.
Yeah. I was going to wear my shirt.
And now you're a coin boy. You got your own little squad. I mean, I would definitely say the community part worked out for you pretty well. You know, like obviously, I don't know if anyone watching this doesn't know who you are. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone in our gym knows who you are. Which is, and a lot of people know each other. I mean, I don't know if there's other than people that maybe just joined, like, but I feel like within a couple months, like they become part of the community too. And it's just like, that flow keeps going.
Yeah. I mean, it's a true community. It goes beyond these four walls, right?
Yeah.
And, next thing you know, you're invited to somebody's wedding. It's already seen 3-4 weddings here.
Yeah. Yeah.
George, the Savages, Ben, there's 2.
Colin just got married.
Colin.
Yeah.
So, and then we're probably missing a few. And just activities in general,
Yeah.
things of that nature. And, yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just that's when it goes beyond these four walls, which is what I was looking for as well. So,
well, speaking of growth, we have another opportunity coming up that you're doing. Yeah. Oscar's taking the level 1 in December.
That's right.
Because we're gonna try to have a kind of market and have a Spanish speaking class a couple times a week. You and Ilcia both are gonna do it. What do you see with that? Like, how do you see yourself in that role? Like, what I guess what are you hoping for with it?
I just giving something back to the community. To be honest with you, that's only the main reason for me, because I actually made a promise that I'm breaking. I said I'll never coach again. So just to give you some background, when I was finished my soccer career as a player, I did coach for 1 year, D1 as an assistant coach at UNF, and then I went into coaching kids. I did that for about 4 years up until I left. Florida, Jacksonville. Yeah. I was coaching for I think it was one of the biggest at the time soccer youth coaching academies, And I was doing it a lot though. I mean, I was coaching, I think 3 teams, and one of my teams was a competitive team. So you have to travel with them, and it was always on the move. So I did develop a passion for coaching. Um, like I said, I did it for a very long time, but it also taxes you a lot, especially. I wouldn't say this environment do it as much, but the soccer, because you're traveling like every weekend, you're on the road, right?
Yeah.
And then again with 3 teams that I had at the time, it's like I think each session was like an hour and a half, but I had 3 of those back to back after my 8-hour job.
Yeah.
Um,
So you're doing this on top of a normal day job.
I was doing that on top of my normal day job, on top of CrossFit, on top of me playing soccer on the men's league.
Phew. Whew.
Yeah.
Were you sleeping?
Thank you. Why not?
Oh,
So yeah, I mean that was some beautiful times. I mean, I had everything that I described is fun, but it was just time consuming, and I think it taxed me to an extent.
yeah.
And when I left Jacksonville, going on Charleston, I just because I think one of the coaches there knew somebody in Charleston that from the soccer academy in Charleston. You know,
Yeah.
that's a small world as well. They know everybody knows each other. He said, "Man, I make a call and you're a coach there," and I was like, "I don't ever want to coach again."
Yeah.
And so I've been standing firm on that until you and I kind of started talking, and I think I mentioned to you the only way I will coach again is if maybe it's for the Spanish speaking community
Yeah.
where I could maybe help
Yeah.
that part of the community that maybe are afraid to join CrossFit because they don't know how to speak English, right?
Right. It's more of a
Um,
language barrier than I mean, obviously anyone can do CrossFit, right? And that's why am really excited about this because, and we probably talked about this a little bit too, but I mean, we've been open 7 years now, and a handful of times every year, somebody walks in the door and cannot speak English. I can't speak Spanish, and we're trying to communicate through a translator on a phone about what we do here and what the prices are and what the schedule is and how it works. And then it's like, and I try to get them to come in because I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'll try to, but then they leave, and I'm like, there's no way I can coach that. Like, the, and have a normal class, right? Like, how are we going to do all of that other than just like, please watch and hope it goes well? And you and Carlos and Ilcia and like some of the other members that do speak Spanish have helped in some of those conversations, or even in some classes sometimes help describe a little bit. So when we had our podcast with Ilcia, we kind of brought it up, and then I think our coaching staff is really solid right now with what we have, and my mind's always on like, well, what can we do different? And I think that's gonna be an awesome opportunity.
I'm excited for it, honestly, and part of it is you know I'm Spanish. I come from the Spanish community. My parents barely speak English. I mean, they're probably 40% English. So sometimes I think about that. What if,
Yeah.
my parents walk into the door and they're, you know,
Right.
they're afraid to do a class because nobody can, communicate with them. So,
Yeah.
that's why kind of like that motivation, not necessarily for my parents, but just people like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a level of, motivation there. But yeah, man, I'm breaking that promise for you,
Yeah.
man. For this
Not for
gym.
me, for the community.
That's for the community. That's right.
Community.
That's right.
But and for me, for us, right? I mean, like, you're not a coach, but you are a huge part of this community, and and that's, I wouldn't have asked you if I didn't think that you really would want to do it. And obviously we've had other conversations, and it's like, and it's funny because I tell other people, I'm like, yeah, Oscar might like take his L1 and become. They're like, Oscar. It's like, yeah, I mean, look, like, we're not gonna have him show him everything, but no, I'm just kidding. No, you do move well and you listen well, and I think the L1 also is gonna help change you a lot in the way you maybe perceive CrossFit, which it does for a lot of people. Not to say that it's gonna change like your personality towards it, but like, oh, okay, like maybe understanding it a little bit different, because like anyone goes to those seminars, you're gonna take something from it, right? But then to be able to bring that back and then say, okay, now Oscar knows how to do these things, knows how to talk about it, and there's gonna be some practice that'll have to go into it, and the more you coach, the better you get at it. But I mean, even my vision in the beginning is to have, let's say Nate's coaching the 5:30 p.m. and you're the co-coach, and Nate does the brief, and you translate it in Spanish to whoever's there for that, right? And so in the beginning, maybe it's just like, okay, we're gonna coach a class like we normally do, but then you're able to hop around and like, all right, so what he just said was this, this, and this, or hey, there's a cue that that person needs. Okay, can you go help them? Say like elbows under the bar or whatever, right? And then you'll pick up coaching on your own from there and be able to run a class.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I would definitely need to get acclimated to coaching again. Um, One thing that I learned in my, past life is, one thing is to coach a class, and another thing is to supervise it.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
and coaching has its charms, right? You need to know when to stop something, when to explain things, and
When to let something go.
when to let someone go.
That's good enough. I mean, sometimes you have to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that is a big thing in any coaching is you have to figure out the level of that person. And if you try to overcoach them, so even in your soccer teams, right? Like you have your very advanced players and you have your very beginner players. And it's like, if you're trying to coach the beginner player, like it's the advanced player, like all that's going there, right? So it's like, okay, that's good enough for today. Like it's safe. Like you just need to keep doing that, and then we'll build on that later, right?
Yeah, I think one thing that I'm excited about too is when I became a soccer coach, I had to go through kind of like the same process. I think I took like 2 licenses, and you gotta go to like, I mean, this is a week
Yeah.
kind of course. Like you gotta take off work. It's 5 days. Sometimes I think the second one was in a different state. And after that, they test you.
Mm-hmm.
But the level of knowledge that you get for the game, you start seeing it differently.
Right.
And it helped me become maybe not necessarily a better soccer player, because at the time I was already retired from soccer. But it did. It to an extent, I was still playing the men's league, and it helped me see it differently.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that I'm excited for. This is, I know this is going to help me see CrossFit on a different lens, maybe from a higher level.
Yeah.
Versus the experience that I'm getting now as a member, right? So
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it has to change the way that you see class and every coach has gone through it. I mean, I'm sure Nate could say it as well of like, all of a sudden you start thinking about times and, equipment and what's a safe way to set things up. And,
logistics.
but then like also mechanically, like, okay, if I move better through this part, then that part's not going to be as hard versus if I just, don't do well, like, you know what I mean? And like all those things, because when we coach those things. So then as the athlete doing the class, you think about those things of like, okay, like if I'm going to tell everyone this, then like I truly believe that that's how I should do it. Then like when I'm doing it, I'm probably going to try to do the same things,
Right.
So it's like all those things start to come together, which obviously in soccer, like, I don't know how, like, what would change between a player and a coach because I've never coached, but I'm sure there's plays and there's things and there's like strategy to the game that becomes more apparent than just, whatever.
I mean, I remember at least that first course, which is the entry level kind of license that you have to do, and is the one that you need to coach college. They help you mainly with the logistics of it, like how to plan the session, how to from the warm up to the expanding on the different sections, like 3 or 4 sections that warm up the first one, and you expand a little bit, and you end up with potentially a game
Yeah.
that had to do with what you just did,
Right.
right? And it has to flow.
Yeah.
It has to be all related to each other. And then you gotta also plan on what are the things that you kind of looking for to coach the players, right?
Yeah.
And to your point, equipment, what do I need? Where do I need my cones? What other equipment do I need other than cones?
Yeah.
How do I want to split out the teams, and why? Everything's got to be intentional. So I know there is a logic behind everything you do, but
Yeah.
again, I just show up and usually late.
Yeah. We allow it. We allow it. No, it's a different view too, because that your soccer story reminds me, obviously with CrossFit too. Like I was an athlete, and then I became a coach, and then those two things came together. But my first experience coaching is snowboarding, and I thought I was a good snowboarder, and then I went out and got trained and went through a course as well to get my snowboarding certificate and license on being able to coach people. and we went through age ranges of psychological parts of it, all the way to skill, to drills, to teaching something, turning it into a game, like all that stuff, like how to use the mountain to your advantage to teach somebody something, like stuff like that like you wouldn't think of as just your average like go out and snowboarder. But then like you go through these courses and they teach you these things of how do you get other people to do this stuff and enjoy it, right? And that's the fun part of coaching, right? Versus supervising, like you said earlier. It's okay, can I teach something and have somebody enjoy it? And if that's the case, we're coaching. If I'm just telling you what to do and I'm standing there quiet while you do it, I'm just supervising, right?
Yeah.
And there's a complete difference in those two things. So
Yeah.
cool, man. Well, do you have questions for us on anything? I mean, I want to end my part on just saying that I'm super excited and I'm super glad that you said yes to this opportunity. And I really feel like next year it's going to be awesome and it's going to expand the gym and maybe the culture, like I'm down to do something, like our Christmas party with a bunch of like Spanish speaking, like tacos, tequila. I mean, you already bring enough tequila for all of us to every event. I mean, but my family's from Texas, right? I love Mexican food and like having a good time. And I've done construction and I've worked with a lot of Hispanic people. And like, I love the culture of just hanging out, having fun and working hard. And I really hope we get more of that in this gym. You know what I mean?
That would be awesome. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. And you change things out, you evolved, and maybe this is something good for me as well. So looking forward to it, honestly, as I again continue to get older, and I'll be turning 40 this month. So again, maybe I focus on other things, and coaching could be one of them. So
Yeah, for sure. Heck yeah. You turned 40 this year?
yeah, man, that's
What are we doing?
I
What
don't
are we
know.
doing for Oscar's 40th?
Tequila and tacos. You just said it.
All right, I'm in. I'm in. And 40 burpees. We got to do 40 burpees. Burpees and shots. You ever done that before? Do 5 burpees, take a shot.
That's actually a good team's name that they for next come burpees and shots.
Burpees and shots. Sweet. Well, Nate, you got anything? You got any questions? Throw anything in?
So I don't think we ever learned this from you. What position did you play?
I was a midfielder.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was like the guy that always wanted the ball in his feet, and kind of like the distributor. I was very good with my feet, very good in my brain. Like I was quick on understanding the game. But now for my team here, I play as a forward, as a target player, because I'm the strongest.
There you go. Goal scorer, big dog.
Yeah, just stand there, and then we'll send you the ball, and you just hold it, and then so I changed my strategy nowadays because
Yeah.
I mean I'm one of the strongest guys on the field there, so it helps. But my majority of my career was in the middle. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice. Same. I was a midfielder when I played soccer.
I-
I went through. I played baseball growing up, and then I quit baseball and I started playing soccer, and I became a midfielder. And I was the backup goalie. And then
That's a good mix.
when I got back into high school, was it high school? No, it was my last year of middle school. We didn't have enough people to field a team, so I went back to baseball. But I learned a lot playing soccer for like 3 or 4 years, and like it was just a good experience. But I still, so like later high school, early college, we would go do pickup games and play, at like the pavilion or something down here, and like it was funny because we'd always get together. Like Robbie was part of that crew, so it had to be early college, and we would go play like pickup games. But then there would be like a group of Hispanics out there playing, like either practicing or they just went out there for the day. And we would always end up with like 11 on 11, and it would get like really intense, but it was cool because like some of us had previous experience in soccer. Obviously they have experience in soccer. We were younger, like more athletic. They were older, but they had the skill, right? And they knew how to play better, but it was always close because like we could outrun and out hustle and out whatever, but they knew how to pass better and like the strategy of the game a lot better and whatnot. But it was always fun because it was good exercise, and it always ended with, fist bumps and a good time and whatnot. But I love soccer. Like it's one of my favorite sports, and midfield was what I did.
The World Cup is coming up next year here. Well, I mean Mexico, US,
Yeah.
Canada, but
Yeah.
US being
I
the
want to get a ticket so bad.
it's one in a lifetime experience. I've been to a World Cup before, and it was one of the stories that
Yeah.
I will always tell that story. It's super nice. And now that they're bringing it here, I will encourage anyone to try to make one of those games.
Yeah.
And there's just the cultural aspect too. I mean,
It's another level of
think about it.
fan.
Let's say US is playing Senegal.
Yeah.
Well, next thing you know, all the people from Senegal are doing the before the games tailgating, and they're
Yeah.
listening to their music, eating their food,
Right.
and then you get involved with that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is beautiful.
It was like an international, like a festival almost. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's I think the beauty of it as
Yeah.
well. It's just people from around the world. So
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited for that. I forgot about that, but I definitely I remember when they announced it and I was like, I want to get a ticket. Like I got to go to a game.
you got to, I think there's gonna be a couple games in Charlotte, and I think Atlanta is also one of the
Yeah.
venues. So
Okay.
Atlanta is one of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nate's already got tickets.
Oh yeah, we ever since they announced it, Claire and I have been planning this to like make
Yeah.
sure we go. Because to your point, Oscar, it's a once in a lifetime. Like we don't know if I assume maybe we'll get it again in my lifetime, but there's no way to know. Like
Or you'll have to travel somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it's so much easier just to go to Atlanta or Charlotte.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But I feel like if you were able to go to like Spain or Brazil or like one of those, like as an American especially, like you would get introduced to so much more like culture.
I went in 2018 to the World Cup in Russia.
Dude. Yeah.
I got stories that we're gonna have to do another podcast.
I'm sure that was wild. I'm sure that was wild.
Man, you drinking the local vodka with the locals,
Yeah.
and they don't even know how to speak English. You don't know how to speak
You're just
Russian.
like more, yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that is the beauty of it.
Yeah. No, that'll be fun. That'll be exciting. Sweet. Well, maybe we'll end it on that. Vodka with the Russians. Tequila with Oscar. Who knows what the World Cup will bring? Good deal. Well, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. And looking forward to having you on the coaching staff.
Thank
here
you.
soon.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Appreciate the invite. Thank you, Nate, as well.
Absolutely. Nate, you want to shut it down?
All right. So that's been another episode of Off the Rails. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see or what you want us to talk about on the upcoming episodes. And with that said, we appreciate you all watching, and we will see you all next week.